So now we're going back to our Twitter application. Now we have this button down here, and it's very basic. You just click it, and it goes to post a tweet. What if we made a little rocket that shot up all the way here, hit Mars, and then went to the post a tweet? I think that'd be pretty cool. So let's try to do it. First thing we need to do is import our assets. So we already have an assets folder. And we're just going to drag our two files, the Mars and the rocket, into here. I don't know what that main file was, but we have our three files that we need, and we're ready to go. The next thing we need is to add a dependency. That dependency is Rive. Okay, that's added in. Now we need to go to our home page, which is where this screen actually is. And we need to convert this consumer widget to a consumer stateful widget. Because remember, we're going to need to change this rocket to have an implicit animation that's controlled by that little clicked state. Now, to have a stateful widget, we need to change up how this looks a little bit. We need to override the create state and then create a new state class. I'm just going to copy it from another stateful widget that I've created. You can do that by having STF. You can even do a Flutter stateful widget. And you can just copy this part, paste it in here, and now we have a stateful widget. And then remove all this boilerplate code from here. We don't need that. Now, this needs to be changed to home. This also needs to be changed to home. And this needs to be a consumer state. And this also needs to be a consumer state. And there we go. So now we have a consumer stateful widget. And this build method no longer needs this. And we have converted this to a consumer stateful widget from a stateless widget. So let's run it. We should have everything ready to go. Okay, so now our app's loaded in. And you see changing it to a stateful widget didn't change our UI at all. I know it's actually not too hard. Since we already built this application in our previous lessons, we have all the code we need for this. So this is the previous code we had. We're going to take this top section, copy paste it in right after the stateful widget. We need to make sure we import our Rive package, and for this we're not going to need the text. So our initialization is there, and now we scroll down the actual floating action button. We can just copy that. Replace our old floating action button with the new one. The rocket text we don't need again, I said. And the nice thing here is we push it to the create a tweet page. We're going to take this create a tweet page, and where we change the text to say successful landing, instead we're going to push it to the next page. So now let's actually close this so we can see it. Here's our new application. Let's click this to add a tweet. It shoots up. Animation doesn't work. Maybe we need to reload it. Try again. There we go. Rocket shoots up and explodes and works real nice. But we can do a little bit better. We want it to actually go all the way to the top. So I'm going to remove some padding at the top so it goes all the way over here. And we're going to add a fun little feature. So at an app bar, we have my face, and we have the Twitter icon, and then at the end, we want to have actions. And the actions, we're going to use another implicit animation. We're going to do animated opacity. The opacity is going to change whenever we click on it between 1 and 0. And the duration, we're going to set it to 1 second. And then we need to define what that opacity is. And we can bring back our old handy dandy code that we wrote. And it's just going to be this circle avatar again. Okay. Let's reload that. Oh, and actually one more thing. After we actually go to this new screen, let me do a set state. and reset this click back to false so that everything moves back to where it was when it started. All right. Now, rocket shoots up, hits Mars, explodes, and we go to post a tweet. We go back. We can do it again. And we can do it over and over and over. And because I'm a little nitpicky, you see the explosion happens not perfectly on Mars, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to make it so that there's no padding on the top. So you see it should hit it. Boom. Perfect. That's a fun little way you can make the Twitter app or your app a little bit more of a fun experience for the user.